Hello and welcome to this reading about what you should release and what you should embrace. Begin by choosing the pile that you feel the most drawn to. This is number 1, number 2 and number 3. If you need more time to choose, you can simply pause the video here. And once you're ready, head down to the description box below where you will find the timestamp for your pick. So I will see you very soon. Hello number 1 and welcome to your reading. The card that is representing what you should release is recovery. But don't take that one literally though. I will begin by reading the message in the book. This is a period of recovery and healing for you. The challenging emotions that you've been dealing with will fade away with time. Although it may be difficult to see now, there is a joyful future awaiting you. But for now, take all the time you need to regain your strength. This card can also mean that your recovery is nearly finished or already complete. Send words of gratitude to heaven and begin planning for the next exciting phase of your life. So pile 1, what I am getting from this is that what you are being called to release is everything that doesn't contribute to your recovery and well-being. It is easy to think that recovery has to do with some sort of health matter, and while that of course could be the case, this could also refer to how you treat yourself in any other given area. Your angels want you to take a look at your life and especially to the parts of it where you feel something is lacking. The way you feel about and talk to yourself, for example. Is there any room for improvement there? Or the things that occupy a great deal of your waking hours, do they contribute to your well-being, peace and happiness? When I think of recovery, I also think of letting go of the past. What have hurt us that we perhaps still carry with us? Negative thought patterns or habits, not being able to set proper boundaries. The image on the card shows a woman sitting down and a non-physical being behind her, perhaps an angel. But when I look at this picture, I also see this background figure as her potential or higher self, if you will. The dormant potential within you is asking you to make room for it by releasing what no longer serves. And now let's move on to what you should embrace. And here you have the card Trustworthy Guidance. And again, I will begin by reading from the book. The angels gave you this card because they want you to believe in your ideas, which are an answer to your prayers. And yes, you can trust them. You will be supported as you move forward to put your ideas into action, as long as you check in with your angels regularly for continued guidance. If you ever feel vulnerable, ask your angels to reassure you with emotional, spiritual and material comfort. So there is definitely something that you are being encouraged to move forward with, an idea or a new way of being that you are here to bring to life. It is easy to procrastinate when we think of doing something completely new, taking a chance at a new life. But this new life, it is what you want, right? And in order for it to become your reality, you must act on your inspirations, since they are the very keys to open up the pathway. I am pretty sure you already know what it is that you need to do, and this card is your big fat sign to just go for it. If you feel scared, know that the angels are with you, showering you with love. So, pile number 1, that was your message. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. The card that is representing what you should release says, "The situation will improve," and I will begin by reading from the book. Your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you, but the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work toward a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. So with this card, I get the sense that there is a particular situation that takes up a lot of your waking thinking time. Like the card suggests, it can be connected to relationships with other people, but doesn't have to be. You may feel frustrated, like the situation is out of your hands. And although this might at first not sound too comforting, it kind of is. Because I get the sense that you have already done all you possibly could to influence the outcome, and now there's really nothing left to do but to let go of control and surrender the situation to the divine. Hard as it may be, you are being called to trust that the events in your life has a higher purpose, and what first seemed like a disaster may actually be a beautiful blessing in disguise. Your angels want you to put your focus elsewhere for a while, towards the things and the people that lights you up. Do something to shift your energy, perhaps something you haven't done before or in a while. Step out of your comfort zone, focus on yourself now. If we have been through something difficult, or if we are going through it at this very moment, it is of course very important to acknowledge the feelings it brings and take time to nurture those. However, staying in this state for too long will do you no good. It needs to be balanced with the complete opposite, being situations where you focus on happiness and what makes you smile. So please do that, and know that everything else is being handled perfectly by the divine. And now let's move on to what you should embrace. And here you have fear. And again, I will begin by reading the message from the book. The time for courage is here. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. You must examine whether your fears are old or new, useful or unhelpful. Fear blocks flow. If there is one thing that stops people from fulfilling their dreams, or even getting things done that they want done, it is fear. Experiencing fear is built in, a chemical part of the way our brain works to protect us. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that gives us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. There is a healthy kind of fear, the kind that warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation or stay clear of someone who instinctively makes us worry. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them, a fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outmoded experience or something that is buried so deeply we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself. Most fears have been formed with the positive intent of protection. We need to separate that intention out and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we are to create ease and flow in our lives. Okay, pile number 2. You are being called to face a certain fear, because on the other side of it, oh boy, there is a completely new reality. Like the card suggests, there are two kinds of fears. One that is helping us, warning us and steering us away from potential danger. And one that is holding us back and keeping us stuck. This is the fear you should challenge. I think you know that a different reality is around the corner, and of course that might feel frightening in of itself, since the known is always comfortable. But how comfortable are you really? I mean, it is not that long of a shot to believe that you dream of something else for a reason. You are meant for it, because you are meant for so much more. So stop settling and stop playing small, please. Embrace that fear of yours and just do it anyway. So pile number 2, that was your message. Take care of yourself. Bye bye. Hello number 3, and hello to my cat as well. The card that is representing what you should release is Let Go. How fitting is that? And I will begin by reading the message from the book. The time has come to let go of this situation. Stop focusing on how or when it will be solved, or even why it occurred. Relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling should be released in order to allow something better to come along. Don't worry, Source and your angels have everything under control. A key aspect to manifesting your desires is to ask for what you want and then release it to heaven. If you had drawn this card, you may be holding on too tightly to the way your dreams will unfold. Make a wish and then leave the rest to your angels. So, what I'm feeling is not that you should let go of something specific, like a person or a bad habit. No, I more so get the sense that you should simply let go of control. Kind of like the card suggested. You have a dream and you have a plan, and both are absolutely in alignment with your life's purpose and what you came here to do and be. When we want something so very bad, it is very hard to detach. And ironically enough, this is exactly what you must do in order to manifest this new reality for yourself. You need to let go of the outcome. You have to stop focusing on the end goal and the fact that it seems far away from where you currently are. The key to manifestation is to stop wanting things. And when do we naturally stop wanting things in this reality? Yes, exactly, when we have them. And no, while you may not yet have what you desire in the physical, you can have it energetically. You should embody this wish already fulfilled. So how would you go about your days? Pretty much as you do now, since I get this strong feeling that you are really pursuing those goals and taking action on a regular basis. But the important difference has to do with your energy. Taking action from an energetic space where you are trying to force things to happen and feeling annoyed when the results aren't what you hoped. This blocks manifestation. Now instead imagine how you would take action if you did so from a place where your dream were already made manifest. It is much different, because it is now a natural part of who you are, not something that you have to force, because it is already here. Moving into this way of thinking and being will make all the difference for you, along of course with gratitude for what you have managed to manifest for yourself already. Like I said in the beginning, what you are moving towards is what you are supposed to be moving towards. This is absolutely meant for you. So hopefully that should be reassuring enough for you to let go of control and instead just enjoy doing what you're doing. And moving on now to what you should embrace. And here you have nourishment. And again, I will begin by reading from the book. Choose to nourish your mind, body and spirit. Feed your values. When you are jealous or envious, it is a sign of what you are actually hungering for. Pay attention to your health. All of us have a set of values that are as individual as our fingerprints. Sometimes we aren't sure what they might be if asked, but unconsciously we know. How do we know? Because if our values are not being met or lived, we rebel. We get angry, sad, depressed, irritable or stuck, or we take the chaotic choice in our decision making, and commonly our relationships and life are not harmonious. An example of this might be someone who has a strong value of honesty, being asked to manipulate the truth every day in a sales job, or someone who highly values peace, being surrounded by loud, drama-filled people who are just the opposite of peaceful. Meeting our values and living by them is a sure way to nourish our being. We feel more complete and fulfilled if we are able to do that. Additionally, it probably isn't an exaggeration to say that the Western world is obsessed by food for the wrong reasons. Food is often used as pain relief, with many people overeating due to anxiety or pain. Food becomes a diversion rather than something that is nourishing or even simply enjoyable. Learning to nourish bodies purely to give them what they really need is the key to mental and physical health. So, pile number 3, you are being called to nourish yourself. I feel that this message is very connected to what we just talked about regarding surrendering. And this one comes to you in order to help you to let go. Instead of being overly focused with the results your action steps bring, comparing those results to previous ones or the results of others, you should nourish yourself. You should prioritize activities that just makes you feel happy. Activities that you can just immerse yourself in because they are fun and not because a certain result is wanted. Life is supposed to be enjoyed, and that is supposed to be peaceful as well. So perhaps what you're being called to do is not so much an action-oriented fun activity, but something that will relax you fully and completely. When we just run around, moving from this thing to the other, there is no room for spirit or connection to your soul. Yet this is vital for you on your path ahead, because important information and guidance that will help you can only be found in stillness, when you aren't focusing on doing. You are simply just being. So number 3, that was your reading. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.